How's it going, everybody? It's the FizzWiz. Today we're going to be doing quite a little bit short video. I don't want to talk about this for too long because I am desperately trying to get this out in a timely manner. I do want to make it clear that this is not the main review video that I am going to be doing. This is kind of just a quick little update like, hey, this is what's going to be coming up. I have been given a review code for a game called Somber Echoes, which is a Metroidvania. Made by an indie studio. I believe it's like, what was it called? Developed by Rock Pocket and Lav Games, published by Bonus Stage Publishing. Um, so I just finished playing it. I wanted to make an entire video on this and get it out today, but that's not going to happen. Mostly because it's 10 p.m. the night before the game releases, and I just finished playing the game. It is much longer than I thought it would be. But it is amazing. I will 100% say right now, before, like, the actual video or review comes out, if you like Metroidvanias, you're going to like this game. You should 100% consider getting it. If you're not super familiar with Metroidvanias, I would not suggest this as your first Metroidvania. I wouldn't even suggest it as, like, your second or third Metroidvania. Maybe closer to, like, fourth or fifth, depending on, how easily you pick up the Metroidvania, like, subgenre. If you pick it up really, really quickly and you really enjoy it, then, maybe you could pick this up, sooner than that. But if you, like, the Metroidvania genre is anything you enjoy, like, period, to, like, any extent, this is 100% a game that you should pick up and play for yourself. There's a whole lot of aspects about it that I really, really enjoy. I think that there's a lot of aspects that, any Metroidvania fan will definitely enjoy. There are a few things that I'm not a super big fan of, unfortunately. But for the most part, those things only take up like 20% of the gameplay, at least for me. Maybe that might be different for someone else. But based on my experience, this game is just like 80-85% super well crafted and super well made. And to be completely honest, a majority of the issues that I have with the game could probably be fixed with a balance patch. You know what I mean? Like, it could easily be like rectified or um, altered and changed slightly. And there's also just bugs and glitches that occurred purely because I had the pre-release build. Uh, a lot of that stuff should be hopefully fixed by the time the game actually comes out here on the 20th. But to be completely honest, I think that regardless of, those minor issues or any, like, minor nags or nitpicks I have about the game, ultimately I think it's an amazing experience in terms of Metroidvanias. If I had to compare it to any Metroidvania, I'm not going to lie, I think out of all the ones that I have played, it's close. I'm not necessarily saying it's close to these games in quality and length because I wouldn't really go that far. But in terms of like atmosphere and the sense of like exploration and the sense of like tension and stuff that I felt while playing the game, it was actually pretty similar to both Hollow Knight as well as Super Metroid. I wouldn't sit there and say it's as good as those games, but it gave me a very similar feeling to play that game that those other games gave me as well, which I cannot say for every Metroidvania. There's a lot of Metroidvanias that I've played that I really liked, but they just didn't give me that same visceral feel of being completely lost in a location and being forced to explore it, at my own pace for the most part. This game does not hold your hand in a lot of different aspects, and most of the time I think that's okay. There are a few times where I think that they could have, like, narrowed the focus in a little bit, but those are details that I'll be getting into much more later in, like, my future video that I'm still currently working on, like I said. But ultimately, if you enjoy Metroidvanias, definitely try this out. I'm not being paid to say this or anything like that. I just binged the game. I got 3 different endings. I believe there are more endings than that. I depending, I think, on your completion rate. Um, the menu will say I have an 86% completion rate, as I'm probably going to show up here on screen. But that is not accurate. This is another bug, most definitely, because the menu screen says that I have one fewer health container that I actually do in game, and clearly I've not gone 100%, but it's not 86%. It's probably closer to like 90, 92% if I had to like throw a spitball guess out there. So I have experienced a vast majority of this game and what it has to offer. I've not gotten 100% completion yet, and I probably won't before reviewing it, like getting the review video out. I'm probably going to start working on the review video now and then go back for the 100% at a later date. But honestly, going for 100%, at least as much as what I have gotten so far, hasn't been too painful, but it's really not one of those things where it's like, uh, you don't all necessarily feel incentivized to do right away, even if you do or don't even know whether or not you're actually, building towards that 100%. It's kind of difficult to explain without going into like way more detail than what I have time to right now. But ultimately, play this game. If you like Metroidvanias, definitely try it. I will say it is more combat centric than a lot of other Metroidvanias, and not all of the abilities that you get are necessarily like both exploration and combat focused. Only like a tiny handful of them are, but to be completely honest, you don't really get as many abilities in this game as you do in other Metroidvanias. You mostly get like a handful of abilities, and then everything you get are upgrades to those currently existing abilities, which is not a bad way of doing it. It's not my preferred method of how a Metroidvania should handle abilities, but to be completely honest, I have seen significantly worse, and I think this is one of the more unique ways of handling this, the upgrade system and things like that, as well as like, collectibles that you grab. Um, so honestly, I think that all of that makes it a pretty interesting, unique experience for a first-time playthrough. I won't go into too much detail other than that because obviously I don't want to spoil the game. Hopefully, if everything goes correctly, this video will be coming out tomorrow or January 20th, meaning the game will be available to purchase. Do it, like just play it. If you even somewhat like Metroidvanias, if you got like 2 or 3 of them under your belt, or you consider yourself, pretty good, pretty nifty with a Metroidvania or platformers or action combat kind of games, you will probably enjoy this one. It can be a little rough around the edges, but honestly, a lot of those things can be fixed with future patches, as long as you give feedback to the devs. I'm certain. I've never talked with them or interacted with them, but surely I'm sure they'll listen to you. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I'm going to bed now. I'm going to go to bed, and then I'm going to start working on the actual video whenever I get the chance. So look forward to that, and I hope to see you all guys next time. Hey, it's me, Fizz, coming at you with the post-video recording, because everything that you just listened was unscripted, and so is this. And I have ADHD, so anything unscripted is automatically disorganized and horrible. This is why I normally do scripts, but I simply just did not have time to do a script. I just wanted to say, if you watch this video, obviously leave it a like if you want to. Devs, if you're listening to this, thank you for this, both the review code and this game in general. It was super awesome. I really enjoyed it. I am going to be streaming this game on my Twitch channel, which you can go to on the link below, or you can just go to twitch.tv/thefizzwiz. I'll see you there. I will definitely be playing this game as well as other Metroidvanias. That's part of the whole reason why I got into this in the first place, because I really like Metroidvanias. So until next time, I hope you'll have a good rest of your day.